When you really stop and think about it, movement is one of the most fundamental signs of life. I mean, from the tiniest microbe wiggling around to a massive whale breaching the ocean surface, it's all about movement. It's how we find food, how we escape danger, really how we experience the world. So let's dive into the incredible mechanics behind it all. So let's start with a big question. How do we actually move? I mean, really, think about something as simple as picking up your phone. It feels so automatic, right? But underneath that simple action is this unbelievably complex partnership of systems working in perfect harmony. We're going to break down exactly how that magic happens. And the best place to start is with the machine we know best, our own bodies. It really is a masterpiece of biological engineering. This section is all about that perfect partnership between our muscles and our bones, the one that makes every single motion possible. Okay, here is one of the biggest secrets to understanding movement. It's never, ever just one muscle doing all the work. Nope. Every single move you make, whether it's a tiny twitch or a powerful jump, is a team effort. It's this beautiful, coordinated dance of opposing forces, all managed by your brain in a fraction of a second. And this is the golden rule. If you remember one thing, remember this. Muscles can only pull. They contract, they get shorter, and that's where their power comes from. They have absolutely no ability to actively push themselves back out. So, if they can only pull, how in the world do we move in two directions? Well, the answer is these things called antagonistic pairs. It's brilliant, really. Let's just look at your arm. It's the perfect example. To bend your elbow, your bicep, which is the flexor, contracts and pulls. At the exact same time, its partner muscle, the tricep, gets a signal to just chill out and relax. Then, to straighten your arm, they completely switch jobs. The tricep contracts and pulls, and the bicep relaxes. This constant back and forth is what gives us smooth, controlled movement. But wait, how does that pull from the muscle actually move the bone? That's where tendons come into the picture. You can think of them like super strong, slightly flexible cables. They're the critical link that connects the engine, your muscle, to the framework of your skeleton. Without that tendon anchoring the muscle to the bone, the muscle would just contract and, well, nothing would happen. All right, so muscles need something to pull against, right? They need that solid framework. And when you look across the animal kingdom, these frameworks, these skeletons, come in some really fascinating and different designs. We humans, and all other animals with backbones, have what's called an endoskeleton. Endo just means inside. It's our internal support structure. It protects our vital organs, and, this is a huge advantage, it grows right along with us. But our internal skeleton is just one of three major blueprints in nature. You've got the exoskeleton, which is basically a suit of armor on the outside, think of insects or crabs, and then you have something really cool called a hydroskeleton. Creatures like earthworms don't have hard parts. Instead, they use fluid pressure inside their bodies, kind of like a water balloon, to hold their shape and give their muscles something to squeeze against to move. I mean, the diversity is just incredible, isn't it? You go from a soft-bodied earthworm, using water pressure to get around, to a grasshopper with its rigid external shell, all the way to the massive internal bones of a blue whale. Nature has truly found a unique solution for every possible lifestyle. Okay, so now that we've got the basic parts list down, muscles and skeletons, let's zoom out a bit. Let's look at all the amazing ways life uses these components to get from point A to point B. The world of locomotion is just mind-blowingly creative. We can start super small, at the microscopic level. What you're looking at is a paramecium. It has no muscles, no bones. Instead, it gets around using thousands of these tiny, hair-like things called cilia. They all beat together in perfect rhythm. It's like a microscopic rowing team propelling it through the water. Now, let's scale up a bit. Look at fish. They are absolute masters of moving through water. They use this amazing combination of powerful muscles running along their streamlined bodies and those precisely shaped fins to just slice through the water with incredible speed and grace. And then you have the marvel of flight. I mean, what an incredible achievement. Birds pulled this off with an amazing suite of adaptations. Hollow, lightweight bones to keep their weight down, and these ridiculously powerful chest muscles to generate the lift and thrust they need to soar through the sky. So, all this exploration of movement out there in the world, it brings us right back home to our own bodies. We've been given this incredible biological machine. The big question is, how do we take care of it so it lasts a lifetime? So, what makes our skeletons so flexible? It all happens at the joints. That's where two bones meet. Now, to keep them from grinding against each other, the ends are covered in this super smooth, tough stuff called cartilage. And the whole area is filled with something called synovial fluid, which is basically the body's own high-performance lubricant. It makes everything move smoothly with almost no friction.
Of course, our bones aren't indestructible. A really common issue, especially as we get older, is osteoporosis. What happens is that the bones start to lose density, becoming literally more porous and brittle. And that weakness is what makes fractures so much more likely, sometimes from just a minor fall.
Now, let's talk about a common cause of back pain. Between each bone in your spine, you have these little cushions, these gel-like discs that act as shock absorbers. A disc prolapse, you might have heard it called a slipped or herniated disc, is when that gooey center bulges out and physically presses on a nerve. That pressure is what can cause that intense pain or numbness. But here's the good news. We can do a lot to take care of our movement machine. It really comes down to these four pillars. You need calcium, which is the actual building block for bones. You need vitamin D, which helps your body absorb that calcium. You need protein to build both muscle and bone. And you've got to exercise. That puts just the right amount of stress on your bones to tell them, hey, stay strong. And this really gets to the core of it. The benefits of moving your body go way beyond just your muscles and bones. It's a total body upgrade. Your lungs get stronger, your heart gets more efficient, everything works better. It's this amazing positive feedback loop for your entire system. At the end of the day, our bodies are built for motion. This complex, elegant, powerful system is literally how we navigate and experience our lives. So I guess the question to leave you with is a simple one. What are you doing today to keep your amazing machine running in peak condition?